you've got to be kidding me. And the Cripes, come on, you got to be kidding me, really does work well with our Easter sensibility, because if there ever was a time in life when you should be reminded there's some things that aren't the way they're supposed to be, right? One would say when the righteous are abused and knocked down and nailed up to a cross, one would say the righteous shouldn't be treated that way. We should have a world in which the righteous are treated rightly. So the lament, the calling out, the Cripes, come on, you've got to be kidding me. That people want to shout. It's this necessary lament. It's a calling that people need to make. They need to say the world is not yet as it should be, and we have some work to do. So when you say Cripes and come on, and you've got to be kidding me, you are opening yourself up to the many good things that happen. And our guest on the show,
yes,
Mike Stavlin, the author of the book A Force of Will, The Reshaping of Faith in a Year of Grief, has asked if he could provide the Cripes for today. It is a superstar presented.
It's the weakest surprises
Cripes.
for me.
I know, the show has so many levels to it today. Mike Stavlin, thanks for coming back on the show.
Oh, now this is the honor to be on the show, to give the Cripes. I mean,
Oh boy.
All right, Mike Stavlin. there's a lot riding on it, when a guy has to.
no pressure. So, and this is where I just say it, right?
Yeah, well, you
Yes.
you give us a little background. You tell us
All
what
right.
it is that makes you say Cripes about this.
So there I was. I was at Chipotle. We go to Chipotle after church each week.
That's a great
and,
idea.
It's a great idea. It's wonderful. It's the full expression of Eucharist, really. And
Yes,
we were
indeed.
there, and there's a regular kind of way that I order. I've got 3 kids with me. I've got something I bring home to my wife, and that's something I have for myself, and I know about what it costs. And so when it came up, the total came up short, I thought about it for a second, and I inquired of the cashier, and I said, did you charge me for both of these salads, right? 1 salad or 2?
Because you thought, hey, she's undercharged me.
Yes, she wasn't charging me enough, and I wanted to make sure that everything was right. And so I said, did you charge me for everything that I ordered? And she looked back and checked, and she said, oh no, there's 1 salad that's short. And I said, okay, well, can I add it to the order? And it ended up being a different transaction. The point was, once she found out that I had missed the salad, she starts typing it into her terminal, and then she says to me, did you get guacamole on that?
Unbelievable.
And I said, Cripes.
Yeah.
Like, I'm helping you
Yeah.
with your $7 error.
Yes.
Right? Totally voluntary. I don't expect to be thanked
You're gonna
exactly, but
nickel and
a
dime
little
me.
bit of appreciation. Like, you should be giving me guacamole.
And then
right?
she steps.
But
Yeah.
She's trying to upcharge me.
She's
Yeah.
trying to make now all of a
How
sudden
much
she's
can I squeeze out of this
now all
guy?
of a sudden she's the one saying I want to get every penny that I'm supposed to get.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you said, did you say Cripes out loud, or was it just an internal?
I actually was just aghast.
Yeah.
I did inquire of her later, and I don't think I used the term Cripes. It's not in his regular use.
Really? Well, you need to fix that. You need to put that into the common vernacular of you fancy
Make that a
Ivy
regular
League
word.
East
It is
Coasters.
So yeah.
Yeah. Well, Mike Stavlin, thank you for the
I'm
Cripes.
working on it.
Do you want to stick around through the entire Come
Yes.
On? And you got to be kidding me, and right into the right on.
Hang
Of
out
course.
with us.
Oh, that's fantastic. All right. Well, I was going to, I was thinking about this, Mike, because you had mentioned that, and I was at the, I had a similar but different experience. I ordered a pizza from a local pizza place, and I wanted to have pig that was prepared in pepperoni style and pig that was prepared in sausage style, right? So I'm very particular about how my
Thank
pig
you
ends
for
up on my
clarifying.
plate. So when I had called, I said I'd like a pepperoni pizza, and then I said, oh, actually, I'd like. Could you make it half pepperoni and half sausage? And the person on the phone said, sure. So I go there to pick it up, and I said, hey, I'm here to pick up the order. And he said, what order is it? And I said, it's half pepperoni, half sausage. He opens it up, looks at it, and goes, oh, I'm really sorry. We've made a mistake here. We put pepperoni on the whole thing and then sausage in addition on one half. And I said, oh, well, that's fine. And this guy's like, no. I can remake it for you. And I said, no, honestly, it's fine. I got a little something extra. He goes, nope. If we make a mistake, how about a brownie? Can I give you a brownie? Like, he wouldn't let me out of there without a brownie. He was going to make it right, even though I didn't even care. I was like, look at that guy. So I was sort of like, geez. So I left with a brownie, and then I ate it. But it is funny, isn't it? These poor people behind the cash register, like they just like he was solving a problem I didn't have, and in your case, the woman was making a problem that you had solved for her.
And it's like you multiply that times 100 for them.
Yes,
You just
that's
can't.
true too. They're probably like, oh, you think you've got problems,
Yeah,
fella?
let me tell you.
Good to me. Well, I had a little come on today, and the come on was when you can't recall something that you totally know, and it's right there on the front of your brain.
Welcome to my world.
I mean, I felt like a menopausal woman this morning. I am sitting at my computer and I am looking, trying to get what's called audio hijack program to open, which is what allows me to pull sounds like I was trying to find the poet. Music. So it's playing on YouTube. I have this little thing called Audio Hijack, which just records whatever program I click it on. So in this case, it would have been Safari. So it would record only whatever's coming out of Safari and makes a little audio file out of it. It's easy as can be. Takes me, 3 seconds longer than however long I'm going to play the recording. It's nothing. There's nothing to it. Took me 15 minutes. I'm sitting here in front of my computer and I cannot remember the name Audio Hijack to open it. Like I can't, it's not in my little toolbar at the bottom. I type it in, and I'm going through the list of all my applications, and they're not. And I'm like, what is
horrible.
it? And and I can't remember. I remember the notion of hijacking, but I can't think of the word hijack. Right? Like when you take over. What's it called? Takeover. Like, and then I don't know if this happened to you guys, but you get into this spiral, right? Where like now you're thinking about 5 other things, and you can't get to. Like, well, maybe I'll just stand up, and then and it's just
shake something loose.
Something, and with my temperament, then I start to get irritated with myself, right? So then I'm somehow like I'm gonna overcome myself, and like it's just ridiculous, right? So, and I'm not kidding you. It was a good 15 minutes that I spent saying out loud, "Come on, come on, come on!" Like touching my brain, doing all these things.
There's people with guns usually in this event.
And that's right. And then
Masks.
I finally got it. So there's some things in this world that make you say cripes and come on, and you're calling out that the world is not yet the way that it's supposed to be. I had that at a funeral yesterday for the You've Got to Be Kidding Me. I was at this funeral, which is a chance to honor a very fine man and his life and all. And we're at this church, lovely church, lots of people in there. The light above my head in the ceiling is buzzing. Bzzz. The entire hour and a half long funeral. I mean, I was just going out of my mind. And where you get the "You've got to be kidding me" is I'm sitting there saying to myself, this is horrible. This is intolerable. How long can I say this? Should I go say something? I know the pastor at this church. Like, should I say something to him after? And then I'm thinking, really? You're
I'm
at your
that guy?
friend's funeral for his dad, and I'm the guy bothered by the
Did you
lights.
fix the light up there? It's driving me crazy.
Bothered by the light. Who does that?
Like
Who's the
that
guy that's more?
Kermit.
I mean, it's like a Curb Your Enthusiasm episode. I'm like, hey, I know you're really dealing with some grief right now, but I got to tell you, that light over there, that's enough to make a guy totally lose his bearings. Oh, I mean, it's because it's it seems to me that the greatest cripes, come on, you've got to be kidding me, in the world are really generated by us. We're the well, there are some things in life that are not just right, and there's some things that are right on, as our friend Heather Lynn likes to tell us. So there's some things that pull us out of this. There are some things that let us live in the depths of all of this. But then say to us, no, there's something even greater. So the right on this week goes out to my wife and her role as a mother, and to all the mothers who are willing to do this, who locks the doors so that their 19-year-old son can't get in at night. Here's why. Because we told him, if you're not coming home and you don't text us before we go to bed, we're locking down the house. Because we don't know if you're coming home or not coming home. We're not going to leave the doors wide open. So
You don't have to come home. You can stay out.
You can stay out, but if we don't
let us
find
know.
out, you're not getting in. She locked the doors, and the poor little fella comes rolling in this morning about 9:30. You locked the doors on me, and I thought, right on to that woman. So to all the moms who are willing to do that hard thing, whether it's, nope, that's what we're having for dinner, you can have it for breakfast, or nope, I'm going to pick you up at this time, or nope, you're going to, all the difficulty that there is when a mom has to overcome the constant and professional grade working of their children. We like to say right on from Doug Pagitt Radio because sometimes that's just what it takes in this world is that you're going to overcome and you're going to rise above. So right on to Shelley and right on to all of the other moms and right on to you, Mike Stavlin.
Right on you, Shelley.
All right, friends. We will see you in 2 weeks here on the radio program. We're going to have a little 2-week hiatus, but look for some little truffles.
That's right.
Some little truffles along the way. That will be some little nibblies of some versions of Doug Pagitt Radio
Chocolatey
popping up
goodness.
in your streams along the way.
Doug, on behalf of Doug Pagitt Nation, have a great race next weekend.
Hey, thank you, thank you. Let's put 50. You know what I want to be able to say a week from Saturday? Hey, what is that behind me? Oh, that's 50 miles.
Nice.
Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah, what is that back there? And if it's,
Right.
yeah. And if I can't, like if the radio show never reappears in 2 weeks,
Well, no.
you're going to know that either I'm laying somewhere between Sacramento and Auburn, California, or it's, I just can't bring myself. I just can't bring myself anymore to talk about it. But I don't think that's going to happen. Instead, I think it's going to.
No, I'm pretty sure we'll.
I think I'm going to be able to stand there and say, what is that behind me? Oh, never mind. That's just 50 miles.
Yep.
I hope. Thank you, Mike Stavlin, for your coaching. People who might not know, Mike Stavlin is my race coach.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's an honor. I'm learning from you. I've never gone that far.
And Minnesota, the University of Minnesota fired their basketball coach because the 18 to 21-year-olds didn't perform up to par.
Huh.
So I'm just saying, Mike Stavlin, if I don't perform up to par, I'm going to realize it's not me. It's that coach. Somebody's got to fire that coach. Great.
And if I'm presiding at your funeral, I'll say he died doing what he loved. How's that for how trite?
Yes, you should. You should say, we can all cheer him on. He died doing what he loved.
He's running in heaven.
That's right.
He died failing to do what he loved would even be better. I'd be like, unless I die right across that finish line, it's going to be like, take this as a life lesson, everyone. He was close. But
the finish line somewhere else.
Showing the loser that he is, he couldn't even finish this race. Don't you be like that. What race has the Lord God called for all of you? Don't be like him. Wouldn't that be a great funeral sometime? Like, look, let me tell you about Doug. Here's the reason you don't want to be like this guy. Yeah. And the sermon is like the 6 things you don't ever want to be like from that guy.
You two should do sermon parodies of funerals and then publish it as a truffle for Doug Pagitt Radio.
Like the sermon you really wanted to preach one? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, what's going on? I mean, the right on ended seconds ago. We can't keep babbling if we don't end this on the right note. All right. Doug Pagitt Radio. May your strength bring strength. May your hope bring hope. May your faith bring faith. And may your love bring love. All right, lovers, we'll talk to you next week. No, we'll talk to you in 3 weeks.
Yes.
Doug Pagitt Radio.
3 weeks.
But look for some truffles. All right. It's getting ridiculous. Okay, bye.